Today, we're jumping into a huge challenge in our digital world: AI misinformation. With these incredibly powerful tools that can create content in just a few seconds, it's never been more important to know how to anchor our work in solid, real evidence. So let's get right to it. Okay, so picture this. You ask an AI for some help with your research, and boom, it gives you the absolute perfect source. It's got a credible author, a scholarly sounding title, and it fits your argument like a glove. The only problem? It's completely fake. It doesn't exist. Now, this isn't some sci-fi movie plot. It's a new reality that we all have to figure out how to navigate. So first, let's really get to the heart of the problem here. How can AI create these lies that seem so plausible? Well, the term for this is an AI hallucination. And what's really wild is that this isn't a glitch or a bug in the way we normally think of them. It's actually a byproduct of how these language models work. You see, they're built to predict the next most likely word in a sentence, not to check for facts. So if they don't actually know an answer, they'll just confidently predict one that looks and sounds right, even if it's totally made up from thin air. And that's where the real danger is, right? It's just how convincing these fabrications can be. Because the AI creates such believable claims, it presents a whole new kind of challenge to doing good research, and it could seriously threaten academic integrity if we're not super careful. So, what's our defense against these super convincing fictions? Well, the good news is the solution isn't some brand new, complicated thing. We can actually fall back on a really powerful system that's been the bedrock of serious research for a long time, what we call the academic gold standard. And the absolute core of this standard is the peer-reviewed source. You can think of this as the ultimate form of quality control for academic work. Before any study or article gets published, it has to go through this super rigorous inspection by other independent experts who check it for accuracy, quality, and solid methodology. And this process is no joke. An author submits their work to a journal. The editor then sends it out to other experts in that exact field. Those experts then scrutinize everything. The methods, the arguments, the evidence, all of it. And only after passing that intense evaluation is a decision finally made to accept it, ask for revisions, or just flat out reject it. It's a system built from the ground up on verification. Now, making this distinction is absolutely crucial. Academic sources, they're written for other scholars and students. They use formal language, they lay out their methods transparently, and here's the most important part, they give you a crystal clear trail of citations so you can go check the evidence yourself. Non-academic sources, on the other hand, are usually for a general audience. They might be based more on opinion, and they almost always lack those essential references. All right, so now that we know what a real, trustworthy source should look like, let's put on our digital detective hats. How can you actually spot the signs of an AI imposter out there in the wild? Here are some big red flags you should always be watching for. First, and this is the big one, look for citations that lead to a dead end. Be a little suspicious of writing that feels almost too perfect. Like the paragraphs are all the same length or the phrasing is super formulaic. And definitely pay close attention to any inconsistencies, details that are just a little bit messy or don't quite add up. These are often the classic telltale signs of a fabrication. And here is a perfect example of what one of these hallucinated references looks like. Just look at it. It has all the right parts, right? An author, a year, a title, a journal. It even has a digital object identifier, or DOI. At first glance, it looks totally legit. But here's the kicker. This source is an illusion. It's a ghost. If you actually try to find this article in your library's database or search for that DOI online, you'll find nothing. Absolutely nothing. This is the classic signature of an AI hallucination. Now, I know this might sound a little intimidating, but you actually already have an incredibly powerful verification tool ready to go. And it might be something you've always just thought of as a tedious formatting rule. That amazing tool is your citation style, like APA. Seriously, it's not just about getting the commas and italics right. The whole thing is a two-part system that was intentionally designed to create a transparent, verifiable trail from a claim in a paper all the way back to the original source. See, the system creates this really clear path for you to follow. You start with that little in-text citation you see in the paragraph. That points you straight to the full entry in the reference list at the end. And that reference entry, it gives you every single detail you need to go out and find and read the original work for yourself. It's basically a built-in roadmap for fact-checking. Okay, so let's tie all of this together. If there's one single most important thing to take away from all this, what is it?
The bottom line is this: as the writer, the responsibility is on you. It's your job to anchor every single argument you make in real, verifiable, scholarly work that you have personally read and actually understood. It's not your job to rely on the unverified and maybe even totally fabricated output from an AI.
And that really leaves us with one last big thought to chew on. As these incredibly powerful new tools become more and more a part of our daily lives and our work, has the role of the writer fundamentally changed? I mean, are we all fact checkers now, responsible not just for coming up with ideas, but for rigorously verifying every single piece of information we use? It's definitely something to think about.